that case we're talking about.
And they did replace the fencing, didn't they, on the one-way system? They put proper.
They put proper stuff
yeah.
up now. Okay, well, that's a
You
start.
can get a non-slippery paint though, can't you? But they can't.
Yeah, this is my hero. I love to give that advice.
But they end up suing you for breaking their arm when they, it's...
And parents won't be happy.
Yeah.
You get covered in it. My
mum used to put on a fence. We've got to then they go around the rest of the estate and wipe
I
their
say it
hands
to
over
absolutely everyone. Covered with stuff.
My mum would let me in the house midnight and I'd try and come over the fence and I'd be like, oh, these are new, covered.
And the parents, like I said, £16 on Amazon. But what you have to do
emphasis I can put on
with the acrylic paint, you need to have a little sign that there it is there.
Unfortunately, we don't have these.
Apparently, it is
We've got no
for people
resources
like professionals like fire, in case of fire, so they are
It'd be great if we
aware.
could go out and just,
But
you know,
email I've sent to the councillors, everybody off the road.
do you get Okay, did you what responses did you get? Because I know, I think we responded saying that we don't have the resources.
Sometimes you will have to replace because of it's raining and so that's what it is. But it's still important. It's a great deterrent. For example, in Boston and Victoria Road especially, when they open up, the businesses, they know which is why the managers of the businesses, they look better, they don't get stronger. But they can't. The thing is, just one more problem is that as soon as absolutely ridiculous, and I can't.
Yeah. But so the higher fences will help.
Yeah, definitely
Just
make a
now
difference.
it's just other things that we need to figure out.
I don't know, it would be nice to ask Warwick though, because whether General Electrics are still building on that land, because I've heard they're not, and some people say they still are.
As soon as the land's built on, that will help us.
Yeah, because I know they've got permission to put a wind turbine testing facility there, but I think they might be going somewhere else now, so I'm not sure they are.
Yeah, but the feeling is, I think, they'll go back to plan one and have a smaller factory unit, isn't it?
Yeah.
There also isn't much that you can actually do because once you get out of school, the thing is you think, I've got all this free time in the world, no matter how many schemes and activities you put out there.
Oh, I've got every sympathy with them.
You've come from being at school 5 days a week to, I've got 7 days a week
You've
where
got
I can
no
do
discipline,
whatever
no
I
control.
want to do.
Yeah.
So whatever activities you put out, it's like, I've just done that for 10 years, I don't want to go and do something else.
We should stop school holidays.
Yes.
I am, I'll be first to find that position. I have 2 kids at home and I would be happy to keep them somewhere else.
You've got this traffic on the road.
Oh, this morning was a nightmare.
So I would suggest keeping antisocial behavior on our list of priorities.
Yeah.
What do you suggest as a number 2? Vehicle. Is it theft of vehicles and infamous the burglary,
Second.
residential burglaries?
They also they break into sheds as well, and they get bikes out that way. But if one leads to the other, so if you have an unlocked bike, they can then use that to assault people in cars.
Yeah.
And as of the co-op down in what was it? Portsmouth Road. I found the car next door around the road, and no one knew who that was.
We were recovering a bike the other night. Just as we were putting the chain on it to recover it, quad bike, 2 lads just came hooning around
And that
the
was
corner ready to
stolen that
steal it.
evening.
Oh, hang on, is this a red quad or painted red quad bike?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
We found it today in the morning.
I
I
was
found
notified.
I found it. It was actually next to my home address. And I
It
took
came
the
hooning
pictures
around
of
me
the
and I was
house.
astonished. I was holding this chain. I was like, oh hi, hello.
But that's just the thing. We were after this bike's been there for a few nights now, and then we managed to get it locked up safely nearby. And then the quad bike
you
came
didn't lock
round.
it up. You didn't take it, did you? It was
Take it.
taken for not the quad.
Not
Okay,
quad,
it was
no.
taken for forensic because they were just
No.
riding it.
The quad came round the corner after this other bike that had been ripped apart and vultured over anyway. They'd had taken loads of parts off it, including the number plate, but I managed to get a picture of the number plate before that happened. So it's in a shed.
Are we talking about the same quad?
Yeah,
we
then
are.
that
But
quad
the
came
quad
round
was
the
about
corner.
to steal the motorbike.
They
that
were coming
recovering.
back for it after we were trying to recover this other bike, and then they came out of nowhere, and I thought, well, that's a bit odd. That looks like a brand new quad, and it turns out that was stolen, and we've only just found
No,
out
Can I
it's
talk to you
been back.
afterwards?
Today in the morning we found a red quad
Been painted white.
painted
I
white
didn't have my camera on at the time.
and it was recovered for
Just so I can check
forensics.
over
Blue
reference,
LEDs.
Huh?
It's got blue LEDs on it.
I don't know, remember.
If you start it up, it lights up blue.
Okay. So, but it was recovered by police 7:20 in the morning.
We have all the
Apparently
posts
it was
online.
taken.
Oh, God, yeah, so
I
I'll
didn't
come talk
see
to you
that.
afterwards about that, because I don't think they've got any.
That one.
We have it all.
Is everybody aware what these guys do?
Oh,
Oh dear.
That'd be a good
Yeah.
idea.
For about 4 years, we've had a Facebook run group that, out of their own time and charitably donated members, we recover bikes that have been stolen lawfully. Don't do any of this vigilante
join?
stuff. We would need the help,
Please,
actually.
please,
Yeah, come on. So we've been recovering these bikes for a long time. I've just been made an admin about 3 months ago, and it's just been getting steadily worse. And then we get more reports with more members of more bikes going missing, and it seems like it's tumbling out of control quite a bit more now.
At the minute, we have 1,300 members in the group.
What's the group called?
Southampton, no, Stolen
Stolen
Motorcycles,
Motorcycles
Southampton.
Oh, I remember that group.
But it was, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We
I
had
remember.
4 bikes stolen in the last
I
2 days.
have,
Yeah,
yeah,
48
I have
hours.
some pictures from today in the morning, from today.
And it's just not quite
Obviously, they're not
fast.
telling you because
I was going to say,
when they
This
phone,
is why
I make sure they
phone you,
report
they're not
at
getting an
least.
answer. When they phone us, we're out 24 hours. So
We do make sure that
we're
there is
instant.
a report, and I always ask for a crime reference number because I realise if it's not reported on police
Then you
records,
have to
it
do
throws
it.
all the stats
How
out
much
anyway.
area is it the whole of Southampton?
Whole of
Covers
Southampton.
Yes,
Okay.
and areas in other areas if we
So
can
if
get
they
round
don't
there.
report it and you recover, are you reporting on their behalf?
As soon as
Yes.
we see a
So
bike with a
it's
number
the
first
plate,
thing that we
report
do.
it.
Okay.
And make sure there's VINs and stuff as well. We've got a database of our own trying to be backed up as we talk. Most of it's all on my camera because I haven't had a chance to get around to do it all.
We work with Operation Talk. isn't it?
Yeah, Operation Talk with Simon Peacock.
Yeah.
I've just recently given him some information on CBR being ridden around with a few other crimes that have been involved in the same bike. So it kind of interlinked and I've put it all onto a flash drive for him.
But we also recovered a YZF, and the guy was on holiday. He had no idea his bike was even stolen.
We
wasn't
knew it
reported
was hot
stolen.
wired, so
But it was hot wired, it was taken. They had been chased by somebody else, they had come off on a field and the bike was ruined and left. We then recovered the bike, got it back to our house and tried to find the owner for days
but
and
this
days
is what
and days.
we mean about 101. We
Yeah.
reported it into 101 and they said it's no stolen record. And I went, I know, because it's just been hot wired, so
Yeah.
we don't know where the
And
owner
we
is.
Yeah.
phoned the police to say, can you come have a look? They said, yeah, they'll be around tomorrow. Nobody ever showed up. We then went through the
Hard.
insurance company, and the insurance company sent him an email saying, look, your bike's been stolen. He said, look, I've been on holiday for 2 weeks, thank you very much, and come and picked it up. So we
Okay.
can get it back in less than a week. That's the pros and cons to you.
Unfortunately,
No,
we'd have
not
to wait.
so
We'd have
many.
to, unfortunately, we'd have to
Yeah,
wait
if
for him
there's-
to come and confirm that.
Yeah.
We can take a
Yeah.
report
Yeah.
in a sense. There's no agree. There's everything is relies on.
I make sure there is a
Yeah.
report being made, so at least then it covers our backs and we're not done. for
Yeah,
stolen
no, don't.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'd make sure. Yeah, if you did.
And just
Yeah.
out of interest, have you been speaking to p.a.c.t?
Yes.
Has he given you like a forensic input? Just because obviously we don't send out scenes of crime for every single incident, but obviously if you're recovering them, have you been given an input on how to be forensic aware so you're not potentially contaminating any evidence?
We
Going
won't.
to go down the
Usually, if they're recovered to Ravenscroft, I believe they keep them like they did with my bike that was stolen for a period of time to
As I
have
say, if you're
forensics.
recovering them.
But they're usually inconsequential on a motorbike. There's too many factors, especially if it's been outside.
No, I get that. I'm
Oh, yeah,
more
no,
than aware
no,
of that.
no.
But
Because otherwise
obviously
I'd be
if you've
dusting
been
them
given-
myself, 'cause
yeah,
I had a kick when I was
given any
kid.
input on
It's the first
anything
thing I
like that,
do.
just
If
there's any
it's
free
usually
courses,
it's
you
usually
guys would
time
probably go on
sensitive.
it.
If they've dumped it and it's the past hour they've just crashed out to bed to have their murderous dreams or whatever, then we've got that window of time to get the
Yeah.
bike safe, and we can't think about tracking who it is
What we're
because we're
touching.
trying to get the bike back.
Yeah.
We don't have the time. Other things that I was thinking about, hopefully we can put trackers on bikes before they're stolen, and then that's not in then kind of any contravention of laws because it is actually someone else's
Yeah.
property.
He's
which is
actually
already
been
there.
attacked looking for bikes before.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was my
report
fault.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've found him already as well, and that's been on the flash drive to Simon Peacock, who's confirmed it. So
Right, okay. Is he dealing with that personally, or is he?
I haven't a clue. I don't.
PC.
I don't.
Something? Harry?
Peacock.
No, there's another one.
Oh,
Harry.
Spratt.
Spratt.
Chris. Chris Spratt. He was on
Spratt,
annual
yeah.
leave, so it's been taken to